This is an overview of the IoTBox menu. As you can see, it's controlled by a web browser, so that all you do is you connect to the device either using its IP address or you use it in access point mode, where you will find the device at 192.168.4.1. The first item on the menu is the Wi-Fi settings, where it will scan for a Wi-Fi access point, and you'll know whether to add a Wi-Fi password or not. If you change the Wi-Fi access point, connect to it, you'll see the IP address will be reflected on the IoTBox screen itself. It's always best when you change an MQTT or the Wi-Fi settings to reset the box after about 10 seconds after the change, just to make sure everything is settled in. The MQTT settings, here you put the host, the port, username, password. The device itself has an RGB LED, so we have a topic that we subscribe to, as well as display topics. We can display 5 lines of text that are user definable on the device. We also have topics for button. There's a push button on the device which generates a message on a topic, the temperature, and also that it supports last will and testament. Now, once it connects, the first time it connects to the MQTT server in a session, it will publish the fact that it's online. The server itself will then publish offline onto that same topic later, so you can see whether the device is still there or not, whether the battery has run out or it has disappeared. The password settings allow me to password protect the user interface of the system. The sensor, here we're using a DS18B20, which is a waterproof sensor on about a meter of cable, so we can plug this into your cup of coffee or cold water, ice water, and see the temperature changes. And these settings will be reflected back onto the MQTT topic, or you can see the temperature readings here. So you'll see currently the sensor is at 23.93 degrees. We also support REST. Now, I primarily work with Maximo, and we support the addition of meter readings by doing a simple REST call. So here you can see that there's a tick box to enable broadcast, so it publishes every 20 seconds on both the MQTT server if required, and the REST address if required. It publishes a message. So here you can see its asset number 11430. The meter name is temp-c. The new reading here, you'll see the %s, so that's where the reading actually gets inserted. This uses a post command, so it's compatible with many REST interfaces out there. We also have an LED control page, so here you can see that the LED is changing colour because it's running through a process at the moment being driven by an MQTT server with Node-RED. But I can also just select these myself, so I can select a number of LEDs if there's nothing connected to it. The over-the-air and switch ROM capabilities have been developed by Richard Burton. If you check out his website, which the link will be on my blog. The over-the-air update allows you to do an update to the latest version. Okay, so what Richard has done is written a new bootloader for the chip, which splits the ROM into 2 separate halves. Now, when I do an over-the-air update, it will load the code into the second ROM. It will check to see if it's downloaded correctly. It will then reboot into that ROM. Okay, so from there you can also do another over-the-air update and get both sides of the ROM with the same version. It's normally best to leave one of the older ones there while you're upgrading, because if an update is faulty or it's not very good, it allows you to use the switch ROM function to switch to the other version. The restart system is basically, it just does a reset, or you can do a hardware restart, which is just unplug it from the power. And here you can see the about list. So I based this on some great software by Martin called a 3-channel Wi-Fi relay board, and it included lots of fancy thermostat and timer software in there, which I've removed for this process. The idea of the IoTBox is really just to provide a demonstration of connectivity with MQTT with a number of different products. So it has a temperature sensor, a button, a light, and a display that interacts with lots of different software. I primarily use it with Maximo, it's used with Tririga, it's used with anything that you can connect an MQTT server with. Okay, and shortly I'll also be uploading a picture of the box, or a video of the box, and how that operates.